Dear students, today we will discuss about important topic of hydrogen, that is hydrides. First we will discuss about the hydrides, then we will discuss about the types of hydrides. We know that when hydrogen directly connected from elements like metals, non-metals or metalloids, then hydrides are formed. On the basis of the nature of compounds, means on the basis of the nature of bonds which form in between hydrogen and another elements, hydrides are broadly divided into three parts. First is the ionic hydride, ionic hydride, ionic hydride. Second is the covalent hydride, and the third one is the metallic or interstitial, metallic or interstitial or non-stoichiometric hydride, non-stoichiometric, non-stoichiometric hydrides. On the basis of the nature of bond in between hydrogen and another element, hydrides are broadly divided into three parts: ionic hydride, covalent hydride, metallic or interstitial, or non-stoichiometric hydrides. So first we will discuss about the ionic hydride. What do you mean by ionic hydride? How can we explain about ionic hydrides? And what is nature of these hydrides? We will discuss. Now, first we will discuss about the ionic hydrides. Ionic hydrides are those types of hydrides in which ionic bond is present. When S block elements like alkali metals or alkaline earth metals directly connected from hydrogen, then ionic bond will form, and in this way ionic hydrides will prepare. So in these hydrides ionic bond is present, and for formation of ionic hydrides alkali metals and alkaline earth metals are responsible. For example, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium react with hydrogen to form ionic hydride. Like sodium react with hydrogen to form twice NaH, sodium hydride. Similarly, potassium react with hydrogen to form twice KH, potassium hydride. Calcium react with hydrogen to form CH2, calcium hydride. Similarly, magnesium react with hydrogen to form MgH2, magnesium hydride. In this way, these are ionic hydrides because in between electropositive metal and hydrogen ionic bond is present. In between metals electropositive elements and hydrogen ionic bond is present. That's why these are ionic hydrides. And these hydrides have a high melting and boiling points due to presence of ionic bond. These hydrides are bad conductor of heat and electricity in solid state, but in molten state, these compounds behave like a good conductor of heat and electricity. In these hydrides, hydrogen show -1 oxidation state, except in metal hydrides, hydrogen show -1 oxidation state. In other compounds, hydrogen show +1 oxidation state, but in metal hydrides, it show -1 oxidation state. These hydrides dissolve in water, react with water to form their corresponding hydroxide with releasing hydrogen gas. Like sodium hydride, NaH, react with water to form NaOH with releasing hydrogen gas. So these metal hydrides react with water to form sodium hydroxide with releasing hydrogen gas. This reaction is also used for preparation of hydrogen gas. So this one is about the ionic hydrides. Now we will discuss about second type of hydrides, that is covalent hydrides. Covalent hydrides. Now we will discuss about the covalent hydrides. Covalent hydrides. Covalent hydrides. When non-metals like p block elements directly connected with hydrogen with help of covalent bond, then covalent hydrides will prepare. When non-metal form covalent bond with hydrogen, then covalent hydrides will prepare. And on the basis of nature of compounds, covalent hydrides are broadly divided into three parts. Covalent hydrides are broadly divided into three parts. One is the electron sufficient hydride, second is the electron deficient hydride, and third one is the electron precise hydrides. On the basis of the nature of covalent hydrides, further these hydrides are subdivided into three parts. One is electron sufficient hydride, electron sufficient hydrides, second is the electron deficient, and third is the electron precise. Electron precise. Electron precise. Covalent hydrides are broadly divided into three parts: electron sufficient hydride, electron deficient hydride, and electron precise hydride. Now we will discuss one by one. Actually, in covalent hydrides, van der Waals force is present. That's why these hydrides have a less melting and boiling points. These hydrides are bad conductor of heat and electricity also. So these are common properties of covalent hydrides. So first we will discuss about the electron sufficient hydrides. Electron sufficient hydrides are those types of hydrides in which central atom have a lone pair electron. Electron sufficient hydrides, also known as a Lewis base, because in central atom one lone pair electrons are present. That's why these are known as a Lewis base also. And 15 group elements like nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, and bismuth. 15 group elements. 15 group elements: nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, and bismuth. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, and bismuth. These are 15 group elements. 15 group elements means nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, and bismuth. When these elements react with hydrogen, then they form electron sufficient hydrides. When 15 group elements means these elements react with hydrogen, then they form electron sufficient hydrides, means NH3, NH3, PH3, ASH3, SBH3, and BiH3. These hydrides are electron sufficient hydrides. And in these hydrides, central atom have a one lone pair electron. That's why these are capable to donate this lone pair electron to the electron deficient compounds, and hence these work as a Lewis base. In these hydrides, central atom have a one lone pair electron. Because 15 group elements have a 5 valence electron, so 3 electrons are utilized in formation of 3 EH bond, and one lone pair electron is present. Now, if we will discuss about the stability of these hydrides, then stability of these hydrides decreases on moving from top to bottom. Stability of these hydrides increases on moving from top to bottom, on moving from top to bottom, on moving from top to bottom, moving from top to bottom. On moving from top to bottom, with increase in atomic size, bond strength is decreases. Hence, thermal stability of these hydrides also decreases. So that's why decreasing order for stability is like this. Thermal stability of hydrides decreases. Thermal stability decreases. Thermal stability decreases. Thermal stability decreases. Now, second, we will discuss about electron deficient hydrides. When 13 group elements react with hydrogen, then these elements are capable for formation of electron deficient hydrides. 13 group elements like boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. When 13 group elements like boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. When 13 group elements, boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium, when these elements react with hydrogen, then they form electron deficient hydrides. And electron deficient hydrides are also known as a Lewis acid because they are capable for accepting one lone pair electron for completion of their octet. That's why these are known as a Lewis acid also. And in these hydrides, central atom have only 6 electrons. Thermal stability of these hydrides also decreases on moving from top to bottom, because in every group atomic size decreases on moving from top to bottom. These hydrides are means 13 group hydrides are BH3, ALH3, GAH3, INH3, and TLH3, etc. Thermal stability of hydrides decreases. This one is the thermal stability. Thermal stability decreases. Thermal stability decreases. Thermal stability decreases. Thermal stability decreases on from top to bottom. Why? Because on moving from top to bottom, atomic size increases, and if atomic size increases, then bond become weakened. So this one is the order of thermal stability for 13 group elements. Now, next covalent hydride is electron precise hydride. Electron precise hydride. Electron precise hydrides are those types of hydrides which are neither electron sufficient nor electron deficient. And such type of hydrides are known as electron precise hydrides, in which only bond pair electrons are present. No lone pair electrons are present. And 14 group elements like carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead are capable for formation of electron precise hydride. 14 group elements like carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead are capable for formation of electron precise hydrides. Fourteen group elements: carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead. Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead are capable for formation of electron precise hydrides. And in these hydrides, neither these hydrides are neither electron sufficient nor electron deficient. For example, carbon react with hydrogen to form CH4, SiH4, GeH4, SaNH4, and PbH4. Fourteen group elements: carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead react with hydrogen to form electron precise hydrides like CH4, SiH4, GH4, SnH4, and PbH4. Thermal stability of these hydrides also decreases on moving from top to bottom. So these are electron precise hydrides. Now last we will discuss about the metallic or interstitial or non-stoichiometric hydrides. non-stoichiometric hydrides. Next, third is the metallic or interstitial interstitial or non-stoichiometric hydrides. D block elements. D block means transition metal or inner transition metal are capable for formation of metallic or interstitial hydrides. These are also known as a non-stoichiometric hydrides because in these hydrides ratio of the transition metal and hydrogen is not present in whole number form. It present in a fractional form. That's why these are also known as non-stoichiometric hydride. In these hydrides, in interstitial site, hydrogen atom is trapped. That's why it is also known as the interstitial hydrides. In these hydrides, in interstitial sites are those types of sites which are vacant spaces produced in between cation and anions. For example, if this metallic part of any hydride is taken, means if metallic hydride, if crystal of one metallic hydride is taken, so one is cation and another is anion, cation, anion, cation, anion, cation, anion, cation, anion, and cation. So this one is interstitial. This one is the interstitial site. This one is interstitial site. This one is interstitial site. If in this site hydrogen atom is trapped, then it is known as a metallic or interstitial hydride. And in these hydrides, ratio of cations and anions are not present in a whole number form. Like if lanthanum hydride is taken, LH 1.8, titanium hydride 1.6, etc. So in these hydrides, ratio of cations and anions not present in whole number. That's why these are also known as a non-stoichiometric hydride. These hydrides are also bad conductor of heat and electricity, but in high temperature, it may be work as a conductivity phenomena. So, dear students, these are about to three types of hydrides, means ionic, second is the covalent, and third one is the interstitial or metallic hydrides. Now, next day, in next video, we will discuss about the water molecules H2O and different types of properties of H2O also. So next day we will discuss about H2 water. Thank you, dear student. Next day we will meet again. Thank you.